told your friend you're not okay.
Amidst the global entertainment world, which has yet to fully recover from the massive wave created by the success of BTS's Jungkook concert in Mexico, shocking news has once again rocked the public. The top K-pop account, known as one of the quickest sources to uncover the dynamics of the K-pop industry, received exclusive information that set the entire news feed ablaze. After 3 historic nights in Mexico, each of which was like a cultural explosion, with the cheers of thousands of armies filling the air, HYBE and Jungkook finally revealed hidden facts they had kept under wraps about their future in BTS and the ambitious project they had prepared specifically for Jungkook for their next concert. The Mexico explosion turned out to be more than just a success, but a game-changing moment, forcing HYBE to alter the grand plan they had been preparing long before the concert. The narrative begins as the 3rd day of the concert in Mexico concludes. While the cheers of the audience are still echoing and international media are busy releasing breaking news, backstage, HYBE convenes their entire executive team for an emergency meeting. A top K-pop source from within HYBE said the meeting took place in a large room filled with monitors displaying streaming data, ticket sales charts, and the global response to Jungkook's performance. They were shocked to see the numbers, that Jungkook had not only met expectations, but broken boundaries they had previously thought impossible. All of this proved that Jungkook was no longer just a Korean idol, but a global phenomenon with a cultural impact that could not be underestimated. This is where the big discussion about BTS's future began. None of the BTS members wanted to stop their journey as a group, and Jungkook reiterated this point during his attendance at the meeting. He is known for being a hard worker, a perfectionist, and someone who loves BTS more than words can describe. He stated that while he wanted to continue developing solo, he would never abandon BTS as his main home. HYBE was also surprised by Jungkook's maturity and decisiveness. They saw that Jungkook had a far-reaching vision, a vision that wasn't just about himself, but about how he could elevate BTS to new heights, not just as a group, but as legends. After a lengthy discussion with Jungkook, HYBE decided to open a special file previously only accessible to the company's 4 top executives. The file contained a blueprint for a long-term project for the development of BTS and each member. Jungkook, who had just made Mexico feel like the center of the world, was officially included in HYBE's largest project on an individual scale, a global concert project billed as the most ambitious ever conceived by HYBE in the company's history. Creative directors, music producers, and even stage architects from various countries were summoned to the meeting. They wanted to ensure that Jungkook's next concert would be more than just another concert, but a revolution in the world of live performance. In the meeting room, they discussed the possibility of using advanced hologram technology, a 360-degree moving stage system, and international collaborations with world-class visual artists. There was even talk of making Jungkook's concert a multidimensional, time-traveling concert depicting Jungkook's evolution from trainee days, through BTS's debut, through the Golden Magne era, and his transformation into a global artist with worldwide cultural influence. This was unprecedented for any Korean artist, and HYBE was prepared to take such a risk just for Jungkook. But what makes this narrative even crazier is the fact that HYBE also revealed BTS's new direction, albeit vaguely. They assured that BTS would continue to appear as a group, would still have group projects, and that there was no plan to stop. In fact, individual successes like Jungkook's served as fuel to take BTS to the next level. This made the staff present at the time a little emotional, because they knew BTS wasn't just a group, but a family, and each individual step they took only strengthened the foundation of the group itself. Since that major decision was made, the atmosphere at HYBE headquarters has changed drastically. The usually quiet corridors are now filled with the rapid footsteps of production staff, creative teams, and managers, who look as if they're on a top-secret international mission. All of this movement began with a Mexico moment that changed the company's direction and has now snowballed into a massive project dedicated to preparing for Jungkook's new journey. In fact, some longtime employees have said they haven't seen the HYBE office this lively since the heyday of BTS's major tour preparations several years ago. It's as if the entire company feels like they're putting together something that will be a significant part of global music history, and each small step feels like a puzzle piece that, when put together, will form a masterpiece the world has never seen before. Top K-pop has learned that after that first, heatedly discussed meeting, a series of follow-up meetings continued non-stop for several days. Jungkook himself attended several follow-up meetings in person, demonstrating his extraordinary dedication. Interestingly, he didn't sit back as an artist simply waiting for a decision, but as a visionary actively contributing ideas. He even requested that the creative team come up with concepts that truly challenged the world of visual arts and stage technology. The concepts of time travel, parallel dimensions, and narrative symbolizing personal growth were said to be the main directions Jungkook wanted to emphasize for his new concert. This left many of the crew members stunned, as few idols would dare to take on such a radical concept, let alone combine it with a live production, which is usually incredibly difficult to execute. But behind it all, there was one thing that kept everyone at HYB excited: the belief that Jungkook wasn't chasing personal fame, but rather that he wanted to take BTS to a level they themselves hadn't even imagined. In every meeting, Jungkook repeatedly emphasized that this project should reflect the journey that made him who he is today, and a large part of that journey is BTS themselves. He wanted his concert to be more than just an individual performance, but also a tribute to the roots that raised him. One staff member even recounted Jungkook once saying, "I will never walk without carrying their names within me." The sentence silenced the entire room, and many admitted to giving goosebumps. Meanwhile, the music producers began work in a dedicated studio set up just for this project. They had to create new songs that were not only powerful but also capable of transporting the audience into the cinematic world Jungkook wanted to create. There were lengthy discussions about combining a grand orchestra with modern electronic rhythms, natural sound elements, and even live-recorded vocals to create a multidimensional experience. Rumor has it that one of the concert's main songs will be nearly 9 minutes long, designed like a short film with drastic mood shifts depicting Jungkook's emotional journey from his trainee days to the present. All of this was done to create a musical experience that the audience would not just hear, but feel. At the same time, an international stage team that had previously worked on the world's largest global events was secretly summoned to Seoul. They were asked to create a dynamically transforming stage system, complete with visual effects integrated directly with Jungkook's movements on stage. Body sensing technology, lighting effects synchronized with the beat of the music, and stage designs that could lift, rotate, or split dimensions were reportedly being tested. All of this remained secret, and most HYB staff were not even allowed to enter the special room where the stage simulations were being conducted. And from all of this unfolding series of events, one thing became clear. The world was waiting for something that would change the global music landscape. Mexico was just the beginning, and now this new project is poised to be what fans might call the biggest era of Jungkook's career. No one can predict how far he'll go from here, but everyone agrees that history is being rewritten, and we're all watching it unfold bit by bit.